Good morning and welcome to Waking Up with Don. You might have seen their commercials or heard them on the radio, but Don and Bubba are local realtors who are going to get us smart this morning on what's going on in the real estate market. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Yeah, there's an uptick. Is that true?
There is, yes, sir.
Yeah. So what the heck's going on?
Well,
I mean,
you know, we had a little bit of a downturn, but over
big,
the past...
big bit of a downturn,
big
like
bit of a
2008.
downturn.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. But over the past, I'd say 2.5 years, we've been actually escalating and doing very well, very well.
A lot of the inventory shrunk. A lot of houses have been bought. Foreclosures have, a lot of them have gone away. Short sales are still here, but a lot of them have gone away. So the real estate market's returning to a normal market for the most part.
More normal, yeah.
More normal.
That's right. You know, average prices are increasing a little bit where they should be, and the inventory of houses has shrunk down, hence the price is going up a little
Which is
bit
good
more.
for sellers.
That's
I
right.
suppose.
That's right.
Yeah, less days on market for sellers, and also less to choose from for buyers. So they're having to make a decision more quick.
Yeah. Interest rates have something to do with that, I guess.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
because they were so darn low. I know I got a pretty good. I bought and sold a home last year.
Right.
Or sold and bought in that order, I guess. Sold a home, bought a home last year, and I had a really good interest rate. They're starting to inch up a little now, aren't they?
Just a little bit, but I mean, they're still at all-time lows. We just did a loan last week for a customer of ours, and he got a 30-year fixed mortgage for 3.9%.
Wow.
You know,
so
you
they're
can't
still
beat
in the
that.
low fours or under
Yeah, that's right.
right now.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Everything we've read predicts them to go closer to 5 by the end of the year. Nobody knows. Nobody has that crystal ball.
But even that's good.
But even
That's
5 is
right,
still
that's right.
historically low.
I remember my first house was like, I don't want to say the year because people will know how old I am, but it was probably 1980, something like that, and
Right.
it was like 9.5%,
right.
and people were like, "Wow, how'd you get such a low rate?"
We've
Right.
heard of
Because-
those rates,
Yeah.
but, you know, we didn't
And they-
experience them, thankfully.
And they went sky high. People were buying houses at 11, 12, 13%.
Yeah.
Right.
People forget that.
That's right.
How crazy it was. And people saying, well, if you don't own a house now, you'll never own
Yeah.
one with the way the interest rates are. And now they're so low.
They're so low, and that's why, you know, we talk to people, and if there's buyers out there, I mean, now's the time to get off the fence and purchase because interest rates are still low, you know?
Yeah.
Even if they creep up another % or two, it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things.
And then you guys have. How did you team up together? You
Bubba's
guys
got
are
the good
friends,
story
obviously.
about it.
We've been friends for years, longer than we've sold real estate. We used to eat lunch, buy each other lunch every once in a while. We were selling real estate before we were a team.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at Triple J's one day, having lunch.
Good place.
Great place.
Very
And over a handshake, we were talking back and forth about some real estate deals and transactions, and Don said, hey, how about we just team up and work together?
And do your own thing.
Yep. And
right.
we shook hands, and it's been, March was 7 years. We've
So
been
you've
Don
been
and Bubba.
riding it out. I mean, because for a while there, like around 2007, 8, I guess, 8, 9,
That's
whatever.
right.
I mean, it was tough going.
It was
wasn't
rough.
Yeah.
It was rough.
We were both in it
we
before
hung
the
in there.
boom, during the boom, and now well after the boom. So
Yeah.
we've experienced it all.
You had the highs and the lows together,
Right.
but you're riding it out, and that's good.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you've actually managed to survive through all that
That's
stuff.
right. That's right.
Right.
So-
and now it's doing well for us, you know, so it's
Yeah.
good. It's good. It's good for everybody.
Yeah. Now you guys sell homes locally here in Bay County or anywhere, or
Mainly Bay County, you know, in
Mm-hmm.
some of the South Walton County area, we're in the 30A district, but mainly Bay County.
yeah. What I want to do is I've got to run off to a break right now in the local weather. But after the break, maybe you can give us some tips for home buyers and
Okay.
home sellers. Like, what do you need to do to sell your home?
Sure.
Right.
I mean, when we had a guy, and he's like, you got to declutter,
Yeah.
and when you want to buy, what should you be looking for?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back after these messages and your local weather brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm, westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to Waking Up with Don. I've got Don and Bubba here, the real estate gurus that you see and hear in ads on TV and radio and everywhere else and in the papers as well. The tease before the break was, I want to sell my house. What do
Right.
I need to do to
Right.
sell my house?
Well, the one main thing I think you kind of hit it off the top of the head. When you're getting ready to sell a house, declutter it.
Yeah.
Depersonalize the home. So when buyers are looking at the house, when they come to take a look at it, they visualize themselves being in the home. Their families living there.
Yeah, I got a storage locker when we
Right.
were selling our house.
Yeah.
Right.
So we took a lot of stuff like out of the garage and, so people could actually see the rooms. You know?
Right. You want to open the rooms
Mm-hmm.
up, make them look, well, I shouldn't say bigger, make them the way they are,
so
declutter,
they
move
can
the
see.
furniture around. If you don't know how to stage, actually, first off, call a local realtor Call an agent that's local, that knows the business, that knows your market, that can run numbers for you, that can help you with staging.
Certainly.
Don and I don't do the staging, but we have someone that'll do it for us.
Right.
So we'll take someone in, stage the outside. If you don't like yard work, your agent should have a landscaper that can come in, throw some fresh straw down, trim some plants.
Now, I've heard a couple terms. Curb appeal.
Curb appeal. That's
And
what I was
wow
called.
factor.
That's right.
All right. Now, curb appeal is when you pull up and say, "Oh, this looks like a nice home." Now,
Right.
buyers kind of make up their minds pretty quick.
Pretty
when
quick.
They roll up on
yeah.
a house, don't they?
Your first impression is your only one that you get with a house. And the outside, if it pops, if you have some color in your flower beds, edge, make it look nice and neat, then people will want to go in. Because a lot of times they're going to be driving around looking, and they'll see a yard sign. And they'll say, okay, well, let's go look at this house. And if they don't like the outside, they're never going to call their agent to go see the inside.
That's right.
So yard signs actually do work, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
work.
They do
Yeah,
work.
they still work.
Yeah, yard signs is really the #1 way to get phone calls ringing. Internet's up there is probably #2, but yard signs still the #1 way to sell a
Isn't
house.
that something?
Yeah.
Because I know when we moved to Florida, we really shopped for a neighborhood. We didn't really shop for a house.
Sure.
So we're looking at neighborhoods.
Right.
And you're right, that yard sign is like, oh, there's
They
one.
work. Now,
Right.
everybody starts off on the internet typically, but the yard signs are still up there. You got to have that yard sign out there to sell a home.
Yeah, so then you've got that curb appeal.
Yeah.
So and you've got a sign. You know the house is for sale. It looks inviting. You want to go inside, but when you swing open that door, you want to get that wow factor. You want to go, wow.
That's right. That's right. And that
Yeah.
declutterization is the key to
And
doing it.
There's some very inexpensive things you can do. Like, for instance, you'll take half a day, remove most of your photos, keep a couple out. People want to see that there are human beings living there, that the
Right.
kids do play there. Get some plug-ins, some Glade plug-ins or an air freshener. Make the house smell pretty and inviting.
Yeah.
Those little things just make all the difference in the world. Because if you walk in and you smell kids' socks, it turns off people.
Teen
quick.
BO.
That's right.
Yeah.
Put the pets up. Make sure the pets aren't
Yeah,
running around
dogs,
jumping
yeah.
over the customers. It's
Yeah.
just simple stuff like that makes it a lot better.
I remember, it's funny we talk about the Glade plugins and stuff. When we were shopping for a house, a realtor was like, okay, we got a house ready to show you. We went in there and they had just baked blueberry muffins.
That's good.
And they were
Perfect. Yeah. Right.
sitting on the counter there.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we were like, something smells
Yeah.
good. It smells like home in
Sure.
here.
Chocolate chip cookies, all that stuff's great.
Is that the house you bought?
No, it wasn't actually. 'Cause, believe it or not, someone had already made an offer on a house. Like an hour after we looked at it, someone had made an offer
Yeah.
on it, and we didn't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a nice little house. It smelled good, looked good. It was well kept.
Right.
Now, so that's selling a house. How about buying a house? What should I be looking for then?
Well, the main thing, like we said, also, when you're starting off purchasing a house, the best way to start is looking on the internet. Start searching on the internet. Call your local real estate agent, call a local real estate company, and just get that information from a realtor. That's who's going to help you out the best.
How important are home inspections to that whole buying process? I mean, a house may look good, but you don't know what the bones are like on a house
right.
unless you're an expert.
Your home inspection, your termite inspection are crucial. If for nothing else, peace of mind. Sure. They're going to cost you between total about $350 to $400, but they're worth their weight in gold. If nothing's wrong with the house, great. Carry forward. If things are, you know it beforehand. It may be things that can be negotiated between buyer and seller. Maybe a couple $100, maybe $30, or it may be a roof. If the home needs a brand new roof, you're not going to get insurance on it. Bank's not going to lend on it. And then the house is not able to be bought by most buyers who are going to be getting a loan from a bank.
Yeah, because most lay people don't know what to look for. Unless you're in the building trades or whatever, you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you look for signs of water damage, and every driveway in Florida has a crack in it, so I guess that's no big deal.
Nah.
But there are some little telltale signs.
And
out
most
there.
home inspectors, they'll do what's called a wind mitigation on the house when they do the inspection, and that reduces the cost of that buyer's insurance.
Wind mitigation?
Wind mitigation, yes, sir. That basically says that if we get a hurricane or high winds, your roof is fastened down correctly, your garage door is to the correct specifications, hurricane shutters, impact-resistant windows, and that wind mitigation will go to that insurance company and lower their insurance extremely.
Which is actually a tip. If you do have a house and you haven't had a wind mitigation done in the past few years, you can get one done for about $75, and it'll lower the homeowner's insurance currently that has the home. You don't have to wait till you buy one. You can do that now.
Don, Bubba?
Yes, sir.
Don, Bubba?
Don,
Bubba?
Bubba?
We're out of time.
That's why we said
Don,
this way.
Bubba. Bubba, Don. Thanks so much for coming on
Thank
the
you.
show, and
Thank
thanks
you.
for those informative tips, and you guys are welcome back anytime.
Appreciate
All right,
it.
See you tomorrow.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
Hot, hot, hot. 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 Are your business systems hot? Are your systems hot? Are you improving in profitability? Are you going to the next level in cash flow? Are you eliminating the waste and frustration? Or are you the entrepreneur or the business owner and you're frustrated because you're doing everything by yourself and you're saying to yourself, there has to be a better way. Listen, that better way is my Max Out Lab Business Training Volume 3 entitled Business Systems Are Hot. Listen, at this training, we're going to be sharing with you how you can make money and work less by creating brilliant business systems. I'm going to train you how to become a business systems thinker. I'm going to also show you how to have automated sales and marketing through business systems. Systematic client attraction. Can't we all use more clients? Listen, if that is you, I encourage you to meet me right here inside the Max Out Studios on April the 26th at 10 a.m. The cost is only $89, my friend. Business systems are hot. Listen, if you register right now today, I'm going to give you my Max Out I Want It All book. Inside this book, there is a wealth of knowledge to maximize your business, your relationships, your finances. If you register today, right now, all you got to do is go to www.zenoviaandrews.com, and the cost again is only $89. I've got faith that you're going to take action right now, easily by going to www.zenoviaandrews.com. And hey, my friend, let's continue to press towards the max.
Warrior Beach Retreat. You've probably heard of it before. It's a big thing here in Bay County and Panama City, and it's spreading like wildfire. I have the founder of Warrior Beach Retreat here today. I've got Linda Cope and Leslie Brown, who is a community donor to Warrior Beach Retreat. You know, welcome to the show, ladies. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Linda, for people who may have been living under a rock for the last several years, could you tell us what Warrior Beach Retreat is and what the purpose is of it?
Well, we started this because of what happened to our son Joshua, Sergeant Joshua Cope. He lost both legs above the knee, wounded his hands 7 years ago now by an IED blast in Baghdad, Iraq. And we're going into our 5th year, and we do retreats 7 days a week, and we bring in about 50 to 54 total severely wounded warriors and their spouses, and they come from all across the country.
And this is just for a little healing time, a little R&R.
Time of R&R. So many of them are wrapped up with doctor's appointments and just the stresses of a new normal that they love coming to this community. And the beauty is the whole community is involved.
Yeah, you know, it is a new normal for a lot of these kids, and I say kids because they're all young people for the most part.
Right.
And I came to Joshua's welcome home at the Civic Center. I don't even know how many years ago that was now. It was in 2007?
I think so.
Or
yes.
2006, 2007?
2007.
Yeah, I was still on active duty at the time, and the Marina Civic Center was packed. And I never saw so many motorcycles in that parking lot ever. I rode my bike out there to welcome them home. And the outpouring from the community was it was very moving. And I had never met you before, and I didn't know Joshua, I didn't know your family or anybody, but it's just such a moving experience to be there and feel that outpouring of just love and respect and gratitude from the community for all the stuff that your son has given up. How's he doing now? He was grievously injured.
He was, and he's doing good. It's been a challenge. It's been sometimes an up and down journey. He and his wife have been married going on to their 11th year, but we have seen the behind the scenes of what a severely combat wounded warrior is challenged with, and it's given us more of a compassion and heart for all the ones that come, because it's tough. It's really tough.
So when Joshua came home, the community rallied around him. And then you, I guess, had the idea somehow. How did that happen where you wanted to pass that forward somehow?
Absolutely. Well, this community just is one of the most patriotic communities I've ever lived in. And I'm an Army brat. I moved every 2 years of my life. And the support of this community, of people saying, I've always wanted a way to give back. And even if it's standing on the side of the road with a flag or waving as they go by for our parade, they come out by the thousands. This community has come out by the thousands, and I can't thank them enough, because we have a parade route and then the opening ceremony. But we focus also on the Vietnam vets now. They ride in the parade. We have about 5 with their wives, and they join them for the ceremony. And there's a lot of healing that's taken place in the Vietnam vets, too, because of what we do to let them know we appreciate their service and sacrifice.
Isn't that something that Vietnam, ending in, I guess, 1975, 1976, that time frame, that they actually appreciate what you're doing for the vets coming home now, because they never experienced anything like that.
And there's so many of them that are riding the motorcycles, that are supporting us, that say, you know, we don't want to happen to this generation what happened to us. And then about 2 years ago, we started bringing them in to be part of what we do, and it has been life-changing for these that are participating.
Now, you know, I had been a volunteer, and you know, picking some of these warriors up from the airport and then taking them down to Panama City Toyota, where they picked up, and all these great donors are coming forward, you know, for condos and cars and dinners and fishing trips and things like that. And people like Leslie Brown here are community donors. Is that the right title? Community donor?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, you know, we were trying to figure out a way to kind of help Linda out and do something to help these guys, and so we started thinking about the caregiver.
And you're the owner of
Blue Heron Fine Gifts.
And that's out on the beach?
It's on the beach at the Public Shopping Center on Back Beach Road. And so we put together a little something for the caregivers, because they are giving care to these guys 24/7 and little time for themselves. So
yeah, so that's usually a wife or a mom or a significant other.
Right.
Who is right there every single day.
Right.
You know, and you probably saw that with your daughter-in-law.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So they need a little break too. It's not all about the warrior. I mean, they say when a warrior goes to war, a whole family goes to war.
It is so true.
It's just not the guy in the field. It's, you know, it's that whole support system of a family. We have to run off to a break, but Leslie, maybe on the other side of this break, you can show me some of the stuff that you're trying to do for these spouses and for these support givers, and maybe how some of our viewers can help.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Waking Up with Don. We're talking about Warrior Beach Retreat with Leslie Brown, who is the owner of Blue Heron Fine Gifts. Did I say that right?
Absolutely,
and
perfect.
All right, and you're located on Back Beach Road, and you've been involved with Warrior Beach Retreat for a while, haven't you?
Basically, since we opened about 3.5 years ago, we have done donations of a gift basket that they give away to one of the warrior wives.
Why do you do it? I mean, what's the payback for you?
Well, I don't know if there is a payback. It's a paying forward. These guys have given up and given out so much for all of us to be able to do what we do. Without these guys, there would be no Blue Heron.
And some gals, too.
Absolutely.
They're out there on the front lines.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're just one of many, many community donors, too.
Oh, absolutely. I think that you live in a community that is especially as military as this one is, that you really do need to give back. And that's what we're trying to do with what we're doing this year for them.
It does take a little extra effort to be a good community member, and it takes a little extra effort to be an American, and you're doing a great job. Now, you're putting these gift baskets together for the spouses and for the caregivers.
The caregivers, right. We came up with this because so much emphasis, as it should be, is placed on the wounded warrior. But somehow in the background, the caregiver kind of gets put in the background. And so we decided to come up with something to give them just a moment each day or whenever they need, just to kind of chill out and relax. So we came up with this little spa package. We are selling these to people for $50, and these will be donated to the caregivers coming this year to the Warrior Beach Retreat.
So let me see if I get this straight. So if some of our viewers want to be able to help with these gifts to the caregivers, they can donate $50 for the items in here?
They will actually be purchasing this basket or crate, the spa package, and we will have a card with their name on it from that person. So when we give these to Linda to give to the caregivers, there will be an individual or a business. Businesses are welcome to buy one, as from. And then we are also donating 10% of the purchase back to Warrior Beach Retreat in addition
So
to
in addition to giving this gift to a wounded warrior spouse or caregiver, you're also, kicking some of that back into a good cause for maybe even next year's beach retreat. Now, I want to buy one.
Okay.
So I'll buy one from you now. But how do people buy them? How do I go about that?
You can come by the gallery. And we're across from Sonny's Barbecue on Back Beach Road in the Public Shopping Center at Breakfast Point. You can go to our website, www.blueheronfinegifts.com, and go to gift baskets, and it's right there, and there will be no shipping charged.
Leslie Brown,
easy.
thank you so much for what you're doing. And that's blueheronfinegifts.com. If you want to help a wounded warrior spouse with a nice little gift when they come here on April 24th. You've been watching Waking Up with Don, and we'll see you next time.